So it finally happened. The Switch 2 got an official reveal trailer, and without knowing a single thing about it other than what it looks like and how the controllers clip on, video game journalists are already complaining. Brace yourselves, because here come the opinion pieces. Eurogamer writes, if Switch 2 is the end of innovative Nintendo, there's much to be sad about. What happened to the company that used to surprise us? An absolutely wretched article about how this entitled lemon thinks Nintendo owes him some magical surprise that changes the way he plays games forever, and that the Switch 2 is too safe. First, he talks about how people were skeptical about the Wii at first, and look how that turned out. Then refers to the Wii U as a bump in the road. The Wii sold 100 million units. The Wii U sold 13. That is not a bump in the road, that's a mountain. But that's okay according to him, because Nintendo were willing to try new things. We then get to his opinion on the Switch 2 trailer. I can't have been the only person watching the Switch 2 reveal yesterday hoping to be surprised. The only person hoping to be Nintendo'd. Yes, copious leaks have revealed almost every aspect of the new console in the lead up to today's announcement, but Nintendo would still have a surprise left to play surely. A Miyamoto up its sleeve. As the trailer wore on, I readied myself for it, for something unexpected, for something unforeseen, a secret compartment lodged in the back of the machine that turned it into a flute or something, I don't know, something. But there wasn't anything. All I saw was a design I know very well already, Joy-Cons which behave a bit like PC mice, and a mysterious C button were as mysterious as it got. Where's the imagination in it all? Where's Nintendo in it all? The toy maker? And he finishes the article saying, look, never rule Nintendo out, I've learnt that the hard way. But I can't shake a feeling of disappointment at the Switch 2 reveal all the same. A feeling of meh-ness, a neutral reaction to something I ought to be excitedly talking about with colleagues and Eurogamer readers. Worse still is a realisation that's probably it for Nintendo hardware for the next handful of years. And so I'll wonder it again. What happened to the Nintendo that used to surprise people? Is that it? And I honestly can't figure out why he's not excited about it. The Switch's design has proven to be wildly successful, not just for Nintendo, but for other companies now as well. But to me, it's not even about the system. It's always about the games, of which we haven't seen any. Well, apart from about 8 seconds of the next Mario Kart. Why is he already having a breakdown? Does Eurogamer have mental health days? Because I think Robert needs one. But he's not the only one. This Kotaku article from a few days before the reveal trailer written by John Walker says, if the Switch 2 is just a better Switch, I'll be a bit disappointed. Where's the trademark Nintendo weirdness? Where's the surprise twist? Let's read on to see the surprise twist this guy wants from Nintendo. A Switch 2, as it so distressingly seems likely to be called, is a thing I want, but at the same time, it's not what I want to want. I want to be on the timeline where Nintendo says, sure, here's the Switch 2, but then pulls back the curtain on what else it's cooking up. The thing that's so wild, so peculiar that even my silliest suggestions feel feasible. It's a wearable piece of tech that uses holograms, or a bizarre twist on augmented reality, where the flagship Mario game uses our house furniture for platforms. Is that not the worst idea for a mainline Mario game you've ever heard? Okay Nintendo, scratch Odyssey 2, because we got Kotaku writing video game maestro John Walker here. He wants you to make Super Mario furniture. Then in Kotaku's follow-up piece titled, Is the Switch 2 Weird Enough?, a discussion article about the Switch 2 reveal, he begins the conversation saying, God, I'm so bored of the Switch 2. I mean, how? The reveal trailer's only hours old. You'd think a video game journalist would give it a chance. And unbelievably, Carolyn Peet of all the sewer dwellers, the feminist frequency nutbag that said Breath of the Wild was hand-homing, is the voice of reason here and shuts down all of John Walker's terrible opinions. Never thought I'd see the day when I'd be agreeing with Peet, but here we are. Next comes GameSpot's piece titled Nintendo Switch 2's reveal feels cold and lifeless compared to the original Switch. The 2.5-minute video checks basic boxes but fails delivering any sort of wow factor, and shares the same sentiment as the other articles, this running theme that somehow Nintendo has let everyone down. With their main issue being that the trailer doesn't have any people acting out cringe-inducing scenarios like the New York roof party from the original Switch trailer. They write, it's easy to wave away complaints and claim Nintendo will sell boatloads of Switch 2 systems regardless, but first impressions matter. Has Nintendo given up on expanding the video game user base? Because this video implies that to me. Nothing about the Switch 2 looks revolutionary or particularly refreshing. Instead, it's more of the same. I mean, couldn't that be said about every PlayStation and Xbox? Who's going to be like, hello, creepy Uncle Mark?
Yes, my sweet summer child?
Is the PlayStation 6 going to be a plastic box that plays games a little bit better than the PlayStation 5?
Why, yes, my sweet summer child.
Cancel it! Why are these journalists so hell-bent on dragging Nintendo down for doing the same thing as everyone else? And it gets worse with PC Gamer writing, Nintendo Switch 2? Nah, I'll take a next-gen handheld gaming PC thanks very much. I hate to be a negative Nancy, but I am, so let's dive into it. And he goes on about the Steam Deck and Lenovo handhelds and how they're so much better than the system nobody's even played yet. And how the Switch 2's backwards compatibility is no big deal because the Steam Deck has decades of old games on the store. But I would counter that point by mentioning that most of the older games that you'd likely want to play on Steam require third-party mods just to get running if you're lucky. Don't think you're just going to go download Max Payne or GTA 4, install it and be good to go. This happened to me just the other day when I wanted to play through Onimusha again, now that Capcom have announced they were rebooting the franchise. Booted it up on Steam, get about 10 minutes in, reach this ladder, and the game crashes. Every time. Now, I could have wasted an entire evening troubleshooting, but I cannot be arsed with that anymore. So I just played it like I always have done on the PS2. So it's not all sunshine and rainbows on PC or the Steam Deck either, like this guy leads you to believe, and at least the Switch 2's backwards compatibility will just work. He then finishes the article by saying, and besides, new handheld gaming PCs are looking exciting as heck right now, so I'll be over here trying to figure out which is best, while all the cartoonish fun times happen somewhere else. It's the way I like it, you see. I mean, okay, fair enough, but riddle me this. Do you think Valve would have released the Steam Deck if Nintendo hadn't been so successful with the Switch? And I'm a PC Master Race fanboy. I do 90% of my gaming on PC, but the fact that some of the best gaming experiences I've ever had in my 36 years of playing video games have been on a console about as powerful as a Pop-Tart with 4 AA batteries stuck to the back of it is astounding. Passing off games like Super Mario Odyssey, Luigi's Mansion 3 and Breath of the Wild as just cartoonish fun times is one of the stupidest things I've heard a video game journalist say in quite a while. Here's another one from PC Gamer. Looks like the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Cons double as gaming mice, which is neat, but I can't help think about how I basically never used the Legion Go same feature. Oh, the horror! Has it not occurred to these people that the extra USB port at the top of the Switch could be where we'll plug in the receiver for Nintendo's own mouse and keyboard Pro peripherals? The fact that the Joy-Cons have an optical sensor has sent my mind racing. Why aren't they discussing the possibility that we could be playing Metroid Prime 4 on mouse and keyboard at our gaming desks, of which most adults and kids now have? PC gaming has exploded in the last 10 or so years, and adding mouse and keyboard support could be an absolute masterstroke by Nintendo. If Microsoft is letting Halo come to Switch, and Microsoft now own Blizzard, what if World of Warcraft Classic somehow gets ported over? Wishful thinking, I know, but it's now a real possibility, and we could use mouse and keyboard to play it. But let's now move on to see what The Gamer has to say about the Switch 2. Switch 2's mouse functionality looks very unappealing. Give it a chance. Is anyone else a little worried about the magnetic Joy-Cons on the Switch 2? And I'm not joking here, he starts talking about how he's worried about the Switch 2 Joy-Cons because his macaroni art he made as a child fell off the fridge. And I quote, "Only hours after displaying my macaroni masterpiece, someone slammed the refrigerator door shut, causing my priceless art to crash on the floor. Broken pasta, broken dreams." What are Polygon saying? I'll miss you, Nintendo Labo!
Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States.
Actually complaining that the Switch 2 won't be compatible with Nintendo Labo. This is scraping the bottom of the barrel for anything else negative to say about the Switch 2. Who's going to turn around and say they don't want the Switch 2 because it's not compatible with Nintendo Labo? I mean, what? And to finish off this dreadful coverage of the Switch 2's official reveal came these clickbait articles about how Nintendo's stock price fell after the Switch 2 reveal. Nintendo share value plummets. Nintendo shares tumble as Switch 2 reveal disappoints fans, with their source of Nintendo's disappointed fans being this one bloke's tweet, and the great share value tumble, or plummet as Eurogamer called it, is this little dip at the end of the chart here, which is still higher than it was for the entirety of 2024. I mean, aren't these articles just proof that mainstream gaming journalists absolutely hate video games. And the sad thing is they're going to be playing the Switch 2 before any of us. I mean, where is the justice in that? But anyway, that ends my coverage of gaming journalists' coverage of the Switch 2 reveal trailer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see ya in the next one. Hasta la vista.